In terms of a unit, that's something we would have to discuss, but the mayor's office can also play an important role in that, and they should engage those persons who are on the street.
Minister of Human Services and Social Security, Vindhya Persaud, during an exclusive interview with Nightly News on Tuesday. The minister was at the time responding to a call which was made by the city's Mayor Ubraj Narine for the establishment of a unit to specifically tackle the issue of vagrants in the city.
Continue to call on the Ministry of Human Service, Minister Vindhya Persaud, to establish a special unit to deal with social rejects in the city. If we don't deal with the problem itself, we cannot solve the huge issues that we are having in the city.
The mayor had opined that the ongoing beautification project in the city would be pointless if the vagrancy problem was not addressed. Against this background, while it is the minister's belief that any response to the city's long-standing vagrancy issue should include input from the mayor, she disclosed that her ministry has been taking a microscopic view of the situation. To this end, teams from the night shelter have been removing vagrants.
I've had a meeting with both the Minister of Home Affairs as well as the Deputy Commissioner of Police on the vagrant issue. There's legislation that determines how we respond, but for now we are utilizing the night shelter and offering it as a space for persons living on the street.
The night shelter was opened 21 years ago to provide refuge for the homeless. The minister said that the shelter has been expanded to cater for more persons, citing that there has been an influx of persons coming to the facility. However, the challenge is keeping the vagrants within the confines of the shelter, since she conveyed that they often leave after 1 week. She further conveyed that human rights laws prohibits the ministry from forcing any vagrant to stay in the shelter, and as a consequence, there continues to be a high prevalence of vagrants in Georgetown. Nevertheless, she has committed to continuing to develop plans which she hopes could see the possible eradication of vagrancy in Georgetown. These efforts include exploring how some of those vagrants can be reintegrated into society.
This year I want to work, in fact we have already started those discussions, and the intention is those who are able-bodied, we want to have them trained so that they can get back to work. But as you realize, there's a practical problem. Some people might not want to do that, but we are pushing ahead to see how we can work with as many of those persons who are capable so that we can get them out there and back into normal life.
For the elderly vagrants, there is always the option of being admitted to the Palms geriatric home, she said. In recent years, Guyana's streets and thoroughfares have witnessed an increase in vagrants' presence, especially key areas of the capital city, Georgetown. The Project Restore Guyana was a multidisciplinary task force that was set up by government back in 2016 to address, among other social ills, the welfare management of the homeless and addicted, but financial constraints compelled the body to shelve plans for vagrant removal. For the HGP Nightly News, Kendell Richmond.